Coming up on Fulton Today, your 2013 property tax bill is out. We'll talk to the tax commissioner about what it all means. And the fire department takes its life-saving campaign to the streets. Fulton Today is next.
From the Government Center in downtown Atlanta, you're watching Fulton Today with Shania Chavis.
Welcome to Fulton Today, everybody. I'm Shania Chavis. Over 360,000 Fulton County property owners have gotten their 2013 property tax bill. So when is the bill due, and what should you do if you don't agree with that bill? Fulton County's Tax Commissioner, Dr. Arthur Ferdinand, can answer those questions. He joins us again here on Fulton Today. Sir, welcome back.
Thanks for having me, Shania.
So, sir, we've mentioned that these property tax bills have been mailed out, and one thing residents will notice on the bill is the fair market value and the assessed value of their home. Can you explain to everybody the difference here?
Correct. There are two values on that bill: the fair market value and the assessed value. The fair market value is what you would pay for your property in an arm's length transaction, not buying it from your cousin or your son or brother, things like that. The assessed value is 40% of the fair market value.
And that tax bill is then based on that?
The tax bill is based on your fair market value. However, the calculation of the taxes is based on 40% of that fair market value or the assessed value. So your taxes are always based on how much your house or property is worth.
And so, sir, what if people get the bill and they don't really agree with it? What should they do?
If you disagree with the value used to calculate the tax bill, you should have appealed that value when you received your reassessment notice that was sent to you by the Board of Tax Assessors. Each resident in Fulton County or property owner receives a reassessment notice that gives you time to appeal that value. If you did not appeal that value, then you should have no problem with the tax bill. Once you receive the tax bill, you should pay the tax bill. But the next year, you should appeal the value if you do not agree with it.
And Dr. Ferdinand, remind everybody when the bill is due.
For the City of Atlanta, the tax bills are due on September 30th. For Fulton County and the other municipalities for whom we collect, the due date is October 15th. You should have already received a solid waste bill. That bill was due on August 15th for the City of Atlanta.
And of course, your final thoughts?
For those of you who have not paid your solid waste bill yet, it's probably too late. But you should avoid getting a lien placed on that property by paying it as quickly as possible. You can use your credit card to pay your bills. You can pay it online, and that way you avoid the inconvenience of having a lien put on your property. Same for your property tax bills. If you're having difficulty when the due date comes, you can always pay online using a credit card. We take MasterCard, Visa, and Discover.
All right, Fulton County Tax Commissioner, Dr. Arthur Ferdinand, great seeing you, sir. Thank you for your time.
It was my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Now, if you did not get your tax bill, or if you have questions about your tax bill, you can contact the Tax Commissioner's office at either their automated line at 404-730-6100 or fultoncountytaxes.org. If you want to appeal your bill, contact the Tax Assessor's office at 404-612-6440 or online at fultonassessor.org. Fulton's housing professionals move closer to some of their clients with hope of providing them with better service. The Housing Rehab Division is moving a manager and 2 inspectors to South Fulton, along with a staff member from the Office of Transitional Housing. The housing services will now be available at the South Fulton Service Center on Stonewall Road.
We made these services available in South Fulton, specifically with a rehabilitation program. Majority of the houses that we rehabilitate are in South Fulton, so we thought it was key to leave the staff there to provide the services, make that close and accessible to the individuals that need those services.
The county's housing divisions offer an array of services for Fulton residents, including assistance with identifying special affordable housing options, including housing rehabilitation and emergency placement for homeless men, women, and children. You can get more information on housing opportunities by calling the Office of Housing and Human Services. Dozens of business owners looking for expansion and financial stability take part in a small business summit. The county's Economic Development Division hosted the first-time summit at Georgia Tech. Topics included doing business with the federal government, renewable energy, and franchise opportunities.
We hope that the participants in this summit will take home knowledge, information that they did not have before on either how to start their business or how to grow their business into larger businesses.
Guest speakers included Georgia Tech's Stephen Fleming and Randall Pinkett, Season 4 winner of NBC's reality television show, The Apprentice.
The most valuable lesson I've learned as a businessman is the importance of a team. We often think of entrepreneurs as the individual, the Oprah Winfrey, the David Stewart, the H.J. Russell. But if you peel the layers of the onion back, almost inevitably there's a team that is the story behind the story. So I say to aspiring entrepreneurs, don't go it alone, because you can't make it alone. You can only make it by working as a team. And I've learned that the hard way. And now I don't do anything without having a solid team in place.
The Office of Economic Development offers a number of services to promote jobs and economic opportunities in the county. You can contact their office for more information. Fulton's fire department is doing its part to help residents stay safe in their homes. The department visited neighborhoods to inspect and install free smoke detectors where needed. Working smoke detectors reduce the risk of dying in a house fire by at least 50%. Larry Few is Fulton's fire chief, and he's here now to talk about this life-saving program. Chief, good to see you again.
Hi, Shania. Thank you for having me.
All right, first things first, let's remind everybody about the importance of a working smoke detector.
It's very important to have a working smoke detector in the home. The chances of surviving a residential fire, if you have a working smoke detector in the home, increases that probability by 50%. So it's very important to have it.
And Chief, what determines how many smoke detectors should be in a home?
It depends on the type of home, the layout. Typically, smoke detectors are located on each level of the home and in the bedrooms. So it's a good idea to have the fire department, as we're doing here today, come out, survey the home, and then have them placed in the proper location.
And so tell us, what are some of the most common errors that you find when you are visiting these neighborhoods?
When we're making the neighborhood checks, we usually find smoke detectors that are first, maybe they're too old. And when I say that they're too old, when smoke detectors get to be about 10 years old, they should be replaced. The next area of error is that they don't have a battery in them. Because of nuisance alarms, sometimes the resident will take the battery out of the smoke detector, so it doesn't have a battery in there, or a working battery or powered battery in it to make it work. Those are two of the most common errors that we find. And then the number 3 is the detectors are located in the wrong areas.
And residents testing their smoke detectors, how often should they do this?
The smoke detectors should be tested once a month. That's what we recommend. That's what the National Fire Protection Association recommends, that those detectors be tested once a month. And you simply go to where your detectors are located. A lot of times detectors are interconnected, but if you will go to one of the detectors, it has a test button on it. Simply activate the test button and see if you get a warning sound from it. If you do not hear a warning sound, there could be a couple of things going wrong. There's no battery in the detector, or if it's hardwired, there's a failure in the wiring system. And then at that point, you need to call your local fire department, and then we'll give you a recommendation as to whether or not to call an electrician or replace the battery or whatever is necessary to get you back operative.
All right, Fulton County's Fire Chief Larry Few, great seeing you. Thank you, sir, for your time.
Thanks for having me.
Citizens of unincorporated South Fulton County can contact the Fulton County Fire Department and request a free smoke detector. Please call the Community Risk Reduction Division at 404-612-8907 to set up an appointment. Another public safety agency donates supplies to elementary school students to get them off to a successful school year. The Fulton County Marshal's Department contributed 25 school bags stuffed with supplies.
Because I can put all my stuff and my books in there.
Principal Tony Welcher calls the donation fantastic. He says about 2/3 of children come from low-income families.
Well, it means a lot to them. I mean, they feel a part of everyone else now in terms of materials and things to put their materials in, keep track of materials, take it home to mom and dad and show the kind gesture from the Marshal Service. So I think it's a good thing, very good thing for what we do.
The book bag giveaway is one of the many community projects sponsored by the Marshal's Department. They took the initiative to find a school with the greatest need.
It's important for the children not to only see us as law enforcement professionals, but also see that we do have a softer side, and if they should need us, that we are available and they can reach out. We are reachable.
And the children were excited and very appreciative of their gifts. And still to come, Fulton residents get rid of unwanted items for free. It's a part of our district-by-district coverage next.
You're watching Fulton Today.
South Fulton residents get rid of unwanted items and documents for free, and North Fulton seniors have a new place to hang out with their peers. Here's this week's district-by-district coverage.
We begin in District 3 with the official grand opening of the Milton Neighborhood Senior Center at the Community of Christ Church in Milton. Commissioner Liz Hausman joins Milton City officials to cut the ribbon for the new facility.
Our population is aging, and in the North Fulton area we have limited senior service centers. So this is a great day. We're adding a new center for the northwest part of the county. And as you can see by the large turnout of the community, it is a long anticipated event.
Before the official grand opening, the Community Center offered a number of activities for seniors to enjoy.
We really encourage you to come and be your own person and do the things that you really enjoy doing.
The Milton Neighborhood Senior Center is looking for volunteers and donations like games and canned goods. All donations can be dropped off at the Community of Christ Church in Milton. For more information, please call 770-689-8012 or email Melinda Ross at mross@ssnorthfulton.org. District 5 Vice Chair Emma I. Darnell recognizes Fulton County Health Services team with a proclamation. The department received the 2013 Model Practice Award from the National Association of County and City Health Officials for their Environmental Justice Initiative.
It is an honor that the National Association of County and City Health Officials have recognized the Environmental Justice Program in Fulton County, in that its commitment and the work that is done is replicable, and that it is actually working in a benefit to public health and the environment.
The group is responsible for creating policies to make sure that no one is affected by harmful environmental conditions. In March 2010, the Fulton County Board of Commissioners approved funding to support the county's health services environmental justice initiatives. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention commends the Fulton County Environmental Justice Initiative for its efforts to protect lives, prevent disease, and promote health. Maintaining a safe environment is a priority for the Fulton County Board of Commissioners. Last month, the board approved a resolution to amend the county's environmental justice zoning resolution to establish distance requirements that protect environmentally stressed communities. District 6 Commissioner Joan Garner travels to Dawsonville to meet with members of the Association County Commissioners of Georgia's Strategic Planning Committee. The group of elected officials from across the state is responsible for reviewing the organization's current strategic plan and giving recommendations to their board. Commissioner Garner said she learned a lot at the session, and she is happy that the ACCG's strategic plan is active.
I learned that there are a lot of programs and services that ACCG actually provides to counties to help support the growth and development of not just the county institution itself, but to commissioners.
The ACCG 5-year strategic plan is a guide for ACCG members. It provides tips to county government officials in the areas of communications and external relations. And finally, in District 7, South Fulton residents recycle unwanted goods at the bulky trash day. Tires, TVs, computer monitors, and keyboards were some of the items that were disposed of free of charge. Workers were surprised by some of the things that were thrown away.
Some cassette tapes out the late 80s, the 90s, something that you just don't rarely see.
Waste management employees were stationed at 3 South Fulton locations, including Creel Park, the Merck Road Transfer Station, and the South Fulton Service Center. Waste management employees helped the residents get their bulky waste to the right areas. Residents were also able to get rid of hazardous household waste and shred important documents. Next week, South Fulton residents are invited to attend a District 7 Town Hall meeting hosted by Commissioner William Bill Edwards on the Affordable Care Act. With this week's district-by-district coverage, I'm Darrell Peak.
Thank you very much. And when we come back, online help to understand the Affordable Care Act. Stay with us.
You're watching Fulton Today.
Portions of the following segment are part of the Fulton County Common Ground Initiative. Common Ground, the county's comprehensive solution to the problem of health disparities in the community.
Promoting acceptance of mental health and substance abuse treatment is the focus of this week's Common Ground report. The medical director of behavioral health, Dr. Sultan Sims, he's here now to outline how Fulton helps those dealing with these issues. Sir, welcome back to Fulton Today.
Thanks, Shania, for having me again. It's good to be with you.
So, sir, let's first by informing everybody that September is National Recovery Month. So can you tell us how prevalent mental health and substance abuse issues are?
Over 45 million people suffered with a mental illness in 2011. Additionally, over 20 million people ages 12 or older were diagnosed with some form of substance use disorder.
And what are some of the more common mental disorders that we see in the county?
Well, the most common mental disorders generally are anxiety disorders, mood disorders such as bipolar disorder and major depressive disorder, psychotic disorders such as schizophrenia. Here in Fulton County, our goal is, our mission is to treat those with severe and persistent mental illnesses. So more commonly here in Fulton County, we treat people with mood disorders, such as major depressive disorder and bipolar disorder, and psychotic disorders, such as schizophrenia.
And doctor, what are the most commonly abused substances, and why?
When we talk about substance abuse, we tend to focus on illegal substances. However, I must mention that the most commonly abused substances are nicotine in cigarettes, which is legal, and alcohol, which is legal. Some of the illegal substances are marijuana, cocaine. We have a major issue right now with prescribed pain medicines. Those are opiates, and heroin is also an opiate, and also stimulants such as crystal meth. We also are concerned about people abusing prescription stimulants.
And people can overcome these illnesses and addictions. Speak to that, please.
The first step is to seek help. There are many people who suffer in silence due to a lack of awareness of the options that are available, or out of shame, or a desire to believe maybe they can do it on their own. So the first step is to really identify that there's an issue, something is going wrong that's impacting my life and my ability to function, and to pursue treatment.
And finally, tell everybody about what county services are available to help them.
We have a team that includes psychiatrists and therapists who are available to provide assessment and diagnosis. We tailor the treatment to that individual. We offer medication management, individual and group counseling. We have substance abuse specific group counseling. There are community groups, self-help groups, and groups focused on recovery, such as Alcohol Anonymous, that meets at one of our clinics. We have a program focused on youth, our Clubhouse program for youth at risk for substance abuse disorders. So we have a variety of options that are available.
Well, Dr. Sims, it is always a pleasure. Thank you so much for your time and great information.
You're welcome, and thanks for having me. Now,
the Behavioral Health Division of Health Services can be reached at 404-613-3675 or online at livebetterfulton.org. The number for young people with substance abuse issues is 404-612-7112. In less than a month, anyone who does not have health insurance will be able to buy some at the Health Insurance Marketplace. It's made possible through the Affordable Care Act. As explained in these online videos by the federal government, starting October 1st, you'll be able to sign up for the coverage online. So the Federal Health and Human Services Department is offering webinars to guide you through the process. The new law is aimed at helping the uninsured, some 20% of Georgians, but also people who buy their insurance now.
Well, the next wave of the Affordable Care Act is here. Starting October 1st, citizens in Fulton County will be able to sign up for health insurance through the healthcare marketplace. And so it's time to get ready. We've been chatting about it for a while, but now it's time to get ready.
The webinars are being held all this month. Here is the web address. You can also visit healthcare.gov. The Fulton Mobile Fresh Farmers Market has done it again. 19.2 tons of fresh produce distributed to 4,800 residents in 16 Fulton County communities. Wow, that is another astonishing record set by the Cooperative Extension Program in just the third year of its existence. Director Minya Chester couldn't be more pleased.
This program benefits Fulton County citizens in so many ways. Not only do we teach nutrition education, we teach about chronic diseases as well. So we talk about diabetes, we talk about type 1 and type 2 diabetes, we talk about how to prevent it, we talk about foot care, all kinds of different things related to chronic diseases and how to prevent them and how to maintain your diseases.
The Mobile Fresh Market is one of the many programs created by county leaders under the Common Ground initiative to address health disparities. In addition to the fresh fruits and vegetables, participants receive nutrition education and learn how to prepare healthy meals.
I'm also glad that Fulton Fresh has expanded its efforts throughout the community. In other words, they didn't just have it at one spot or 2 spots or 3 spots. They spread it all over the county, which is the way it should be.
There's more information on Fulton Fresh Mobile Farmers Market on the Cooperative Extension website. The program kicks off again next summer. And still to come, Understanding the Dream 50 years later.
Watching Fulton Today.
Local youth take time to remember an historic moment. In celebration of the March on Washington's 50th anniversary, students took a glimpse into the monumental event through stories and exhibits at the Southwest Branch Library.
The children could participate in an exhibit. They also had picket signs that they held up. They sang songs. We did coloring sheets, and we also talked about the importance of equal rights.
You can also learn more about the March on Washington and the Civil Rights Movement when you check out books at any of the libraries in the county. And finally, even though summer is over, some year-round youth swim teams are diving in at Welcome All Park. Most of this season's swim team will be students who participated in the Learn to Swim program over the summer, but anyone with some experience can join the swim team.
Youth can learn quite a bit from our swim team program. One, learning discipline, having fun, all the 4-stroke techniques, and team etiquettes, which is a good part of just growing up and learning. Communication skills are learned through our program, and also self-development, self-esteem, things of that nature.
The swim team program takes place all year long. Children and teens from 5 through 18 years old can sign up. Swimmers will have the chance to compete against teams in and out of the state. To get more information about the swim team, contact Elisha Bashir at Welcome All Park. The number 404-612-4058. And before we go, our reminder that we'd like to hear from you about the stories and programs right here on FGTV. Go to our website to take a survey, or you can email or call us. The number 404-612-8317. The email address is fgtv.feedback@fultoncountyga.gov. You can also follow us on twitter.com/FGTV, friend us on Facebook, and watch us on YouTube. Well, that does it for this edition of Fulton Today. I'm Shania Chavis. Thank you for joining us. Join us each week for news around and about Fulton County.